Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let you guys jump on. This is take 3, but I wrote take 4, and I'm leaving it because in all reality, it is the 4th reading that I've done with these cards. I did do a reading the other day. Or was it last night? A small 5-card spread. So I'm going to let you guys jump on real quick. Then I am going to play the video for you. Once again, explaining the cards, the intro, and why these cards are on the deck right now on the table is because this is the 3rd time I've attempted to do this reading. The first time it was too much buffering, and the second one it was just a long break in between, and I don't want to break on these readings. These are different. It would be like, stepping away from a client. You just don't do it, right? So there is going to always be some distractions, but I'm going to have to shut my phone down and shut my brain down and work with a different part of my brain. I don't know. I don't even know what type of message that is, but that's how that just came out. So all I did was break down the cards. Okay. I know I had like 30 something of you watching the last video literally 5 minutes ago. So I'll do what I did it last time, and I'll start at 3. I'll do the intro. And then from the intro, I'm going to read the cards. And when I read these cards for you guys, I'm looking at, instead of the number 9, I'm looking at 39. I'm looking at the images. I'm looking, close proximity, distance, that type of stuff. All the surrounding cards matter, it's just how I broke it down. So I am going to, again, start fresh new energy. And I'm going to play the video for you at 3, which explains these fortune-telling cards. And this original deck is actually from 1903. Nobody thought it would last, but it sure did. I just wanted to introduce myself. I just want to introduce the deck. I do want to start using playing cards as in divination, okay? This was the first one considering fortune telling with playing cards. I have a couple other decks that I will break them out. I actually have 2 that I still haven't opened because I wanted to learn the fortune telling way. So I'm going to get into that. So I do want you to understand, fortune telling, okay? It's a practice. It's predicting the future. It's analyzing a person's character, methods, morals, the way they go about things. It doesn't even have to be based on a reason. It's just a spiritual practice. It can work with your cognitive disorders. Not cognitive disorders, cognitive distortion. Some say it could even be entertainment. Okay. But this could actually help cognitive distortion because it's very clear. It's not like tarot and there's in between. There's nothing in between. This doesn't talk about the past. It talks about now. And I'm going to choose with this deck to go 90 days out. So these are all prophecies. They're all predictions and I probably are going to put my twist on prophecies on it. I can mesh tarot, but I don't want to because this is very clear cut. Okay. So like in regards to spiritual practices, like when I'm talking about using it as a spiritual practice, I'm basing that off of like ancient religion. It was part of medicine and prophecies and dreams. Okay, so some, paranormal things. When I did mention the cognitive disorientation, right? So it could also, okay. I do want you to know too, like a little warning, this could lead to anxiety, depression, and a distorted perception of reality because you're used to tarot. I don't think that's going to happen to anybody, but I do want to just put that out there. Because sometimes it can predict negative outcomes. Like childhood trauma, things like that, but it's more intense. It could be for entertainment purposes. A lot of people do that with coffee grounds, tea leaves, that type of stuff. Trying to think of what else. Sometimes you can, like on the board, play with like dice, fire, water. I think I do want to get the dice. I do not have the dice. I just want the number dice too, but I want like an antique looking one. I don't want like to just grab the ones out of like Scrabble. So I think that's pretty much it. Okay. So there's that. And then, so the first reading, guys, the first reading, again, too much buffering. The second one, too many interruptions, and I burnt my own plant. Okay. So now I got to figure out how to heal that. So third time's a charm, but fours have been big already. It's 3 times, but I left the 4. Okay. So let's go over this reading. Again, if you want to watch the shuffling and me laying it down, you can go to the second one that I attempted to do. Okay. So I'm going to do this all over again. Okay. So you guys understand, because this one is going to be the full reading. So I lay the first ones down first. This is the inner circle. This is what you're working with. These 9 cards. Okay. It's actually 8 because we don't have a person here. So these 8 cards, and another 8, 16, 7. Okay. So the inner is immediate energy. It's the most important. It's the most relevant. It's larger events. It's, it's meant for even like change. Okay. But this is even like huge current events, anything in the middle. Now, the minor, which is around, okay, this is not the minor, the outer circle, which is the 4, 3, which is the 49, 10, 50, 39, 35, 11, 48, and 2. That's the outer circle. Okay, that's minor influence. This is easier to roll with. This is harder. So it's like the influence is important because it kind of tells you where you're going too. Like this is not the past. Okay, this is the future. This is the month of March 2025, this reading. If it was a personal reading, I would go out 3. I'd go out 3 months. I might start taking a couple personals for this reading. I will put it in the description box with the price. And you can ask 2 questions. All right. But you get what you get. This is very detailed. Okay. So I even have to be careful on how I deliver messages, especially with private readings, right? So, and with private readings, it's the woman or it's the man, okay, that comes out. And right now I'm just using the Joker. And the other depiction of a man or a woman would be at number 52. So the first couple times, I am going to read what's in there so you understand how I'm getting this story on the board. Okay. So number 24. In these hands indicate confiding disposition. When close to proximity to 38, 39, 42, and 47, a friendship will be warm into love. When near 45, it can be found with superiors. Near 48, financial success. You do have 39. In this 39, the heart signifies great joy when near. It's kind of far, but it's both a really good sign. Okay. So that was the only number that you had in that one. Then you have 41. Roses indicate beauty and rugged health. You have the number 44. The broken glass foretells ill luck for a long time, if near, but if distant, death of a friend. It's kind of close, but I'm going to have to say distant. Distant would be more like this, okay, the outer boundaries. This is kind of close proximity. And it is the next card, so that is a possibility. Now we have the number 54, 52. The shepherd indicates intense love of life and strong fellow feelings. Number 51, the lion passage. The lion perages a sudden shock from bad news. Number 7, bouquet of flowers is an absolute indication of long, happy life if children are nearby, extraordinary honors and fame. You have number 21. The stork denotes change of residence for the better sooner or later, according to the distance from which it lies from the person. So you could have a move coming in too. The bird signifies desire, misfortune, fierce enemies. If far away from 7, 16, 12, or 22 between the chance to avert an evil spell. You don't have 7, 16, or 12. Okay, or 22. All right, so that's when I said there might be a little witchcraft here. These are cards for pagans. They are cards for astrologers. They're prophets. You can't divert. Like, it is what it is. So you probably do have a spell on you. I don't think it's anything that you can't break. I did get the appropriate candles for these readings. They're coming in today or tomorrow. But you can burn your own candle if you have a little candle, or you can order candles online, Amazon, okay, different colors. I chose black for the readings, but today we chose white. So if you have a white candle in the house, you can burn that until it goes out. But I got to get to the reading first in order to tell you what's best for clearing. Okay, you just don't want to clear the energy if you don't know what you're clearing. So let's get into this read. you do, I forgot about that. 48 financial success. You have 48 right there. The money safe indicates riches. If shut side is towards the person, it denotes loss or speculation. The shut side is towards the person. Okay, so there might be a loss of finances here or financial success. Somebody might be like, oh yeah, this is going to be huge, yada, yada, yada. That type of energy or indication. So I'm just being very particular on what you guys can see. All I really wanted was this. So let me get into the reading now. I'm going to start in the middle, okay, because this is immediate. This is the inner circle, 3, 6, 9. It's actually only 8, okay? We don't count the Joker. 16 cards, same amount of cards all around as a protective barrier, but it's also outside energy. It's an easier influence on you guys, okay? So be careful here, because this is already telling me that you can have some type of success, but if near 48 financial success, but then the money safe indicates riches. If the shut side is towards the person, demotes loss of speculation, okay? So somebody could be trying to stop your business, stop you from going in a new direction this month. I love the 50. I love the 52. It indicates a strong love life. You have a bouquet of flowers that indicates a long and healthy life. If children are nearby, extraordinary honors of fame. We don't have children nearby. Technically, the stork denotes change of residence sooner or later. The later, according to distance, which lies from the person. It's pretty close. So maybe within the next 10 months, 3 months, 7 months. Or it's just something you're thinking about. The bird signifies dire misfortune if fierce enemies when near. If far away from the person, 7, 16, or 12. You don't have 7, 16, or you have 7. You don't have 16, 12, or 22. So the birds signify misfortune and fierce enemies when near. If far away from the person, 7, 16, 12, or 22, a chance to revert an evil spell. But you do have 7. So you have a chance to revert this evil spell. So some of you do have a spell on you. And it's hard. Some people can think they have a spell, and it's just their life, Somebody could possibly be messing with you, though. Remember, these decks, pagans use them, witches, medicine people. A lot of other countries still only work with this type of tarot. It's, and it's kind of like what I said to you guys, many years ago, that tarot needs to be a big disruption within the whole industry. Okay. It needs to be broken down in different ways. So this gives you a more precise reading, because I can't go in and tweak things for you. Right. So that's why, like with here, it's just real talk. It is what it is. So it's a possibility that, get rid of this. It is a possibility that you do have a spell on you. And I was talking about that right before I took that break in the previous reading. And my candle was actually burning my plants, my snake plant, the ones that curl. So I'm not too happy about that. So that's kind of like a bad omen, right? It's not why. It could be a bad omen for somebody else, guys, not you. All right, this is March. You got to think this can be anybody in your life, somebody new that's coming in your life. Things like that, okay? You can ask a question at the end. I forgot to do that for you in the beginning. I did. It just was in a previous video, okay? So I'm going to still explain how I go so you guys kind of understand the story behind it. So there is probably some type of craft that somebody set upon you. But I think like they're going to get some bad news. I don't necessarily think this is you because I'm reading this way. And when I drew the cards, I went this way. So if my intuition is telling me this way, then so be it. The bear is a sign of successful speculation. So this card kind of trumps that card because it can go either way with certain things here, right? I do love that the moon, when the moon is near, it's a good omen. It predicts fortune. When distant, exposure of secrets. That's pretty damn close, right? So you're going to have probably more success than somebody else in this situation because for some of you, it is a cast. For others of you, it's not. I still want you to burn the candle if you can, okay? At the end of this reading in regards to what I'm seeing, so you can clear the proper energy. You can clear your house, so you can clear this, you can clear that. This is meant to actually help. Listen to this. I actually, when I got into this, like 2 days before, Spirit was pulling me, like, pick those cards up. They've been sitting around for months and months. So I decided to pick it up and to learn how to do this, and it came pretty easy. So I was like, okay, that's good. And I have a couple other decks that I haven't opened yet. But the point of the whole story, what I'm trying to tell you, there's this show called Psychic Tia. I don't know if I watched it on Max. I don't think it was Netflix. It could have even been Prime. She uses all different cards. She channels the dead too. She's psychic. She's also a medium. So same thing I do, channel the dead, right? They talk to her way more. I channel differently. So she actually uses candles too, which I thought was great because after learning this deck, you should work with candle magic, right? Which is fire. You could also work with a glass of water as well if you want to just, release whatever needs to be released within the water as well. Okay. So at the end, I will tell you what you can do. So I think your money is going to be okay because you're surrounded by a lot of red. Okay. Not all red is positivity, but you have cards that trump the bad cards too, right? So let's go to the fox. The fox in close proximity, distrust of acquaintances who are seeking to betray you, distant, less danger. It's not really distant. Like to me, this would be distant, right? But it's kind of like right here on the lower proximity. So I would say that, there is someone or some people that do absolutely want to betray you. They are seeking to betray you. Okay. So heads up there as well. We've known that already because of my other reads as well with normal tarot. Again, I'm not adding tarot in here. If you guys know how to work with the Lenormand, you can, mesh it. I don't work with a Lenormand deck. I just always stayed away from it. I have some, but I choose to use differently, I guess is what they're trying to say. So there might be something here with smoke or the Lenormand for you. Hey! Don't you dare. I'm getting that squirt ready for you. Stop eating my money plant. I'm not kidding. Stop it. You're hurting it. Okay? No. Peanut butter's plants. You have your own. Okay, so the tower surrounded by clouds denotes sickness and, if adjoining, death. You don't have any clouds here, okay? So that's good news. The heart signifies great joy when near. This is awesome, okay? So somebody clearly does not want you to be happy. They don't want you to make money. They don't want you to succeed. We know that. It could be off. It could be a spell that they attempted to cast on you. Again, you can clear that energy through a candle or a glass of water, are the two easiest. I always prefer working with candles, but working with water too is very beneficial because it can also, start you to begin to talk to your water, bless your food, that type of stuff. So water does have its benefits if you learn how to work with water this way, okay? So I think you should burn a candle next to the water. I'll explain different ways when it's said and done. I actually think you should do a candle and a glass of water. Everybody. It won't hurt. It's just, this is the outside too, guys. So this is easier to maneuver. In here, you can't maneuver. Okay. Out here, you can work with. All right. So the bear is a sign of successful speculation, so that's good, okay? But you do have a sudden shock or bad news that's here. I don't think that you can necessarily ignore that one because it's in between the maybe, okay? So this would be distant, that would be close, and for me, maybes are kind of like, here and not this way. They're within the circle, so there is some bad news coming, but I'm hearing bad news bears. But see, this is a good sign. So it's just probably the haters. Again, somebody could have put a spell on you, your family. You can easily burn a candle. And I would tell you how to clear the energy at the end of this. So we have number 10. The pig, whether near or far, is an omen of phenomenal luck and great abundance, high honor, and all ambition attained, right? So it's kind of like the complete opposite of what I'm reading, which, again, is the outer circle. It's more of an influence. Like, you have that, so that's good. But it's in here that you need to really focus on right now. So will you get some bad news? Maybe. Will somebody? Absolutely. But because this is the inside, this trumps the outside. But there's other cards that would trump other cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Red trumps. Not all red are good cards too. Not the black cards. Some are good, some are bad. This deck will clearly, if there's going to be a death, it's stuff like that. Okay. If you want a reading, email me because I am going to do some readings with some of the decks, and it's going to be real clear, and it's going to be a lot easier for me to read a reading this way. Because it's your future. It's your 3 months out. The past does not come into these readings. This is here and now and out. Right now, this is the month of something with May, but this is the month of March. This is what I'm reading on, okay? So I don't really see, I kind of see friends because we got hands right here, but that talks about particular numbers, and your numbers do not come into this card. So again, broken glass foretells ill luck for a long time if near, but if distant, death of a friend. It's right near the bad news, okay? So something is going to happen with somebody. Do I think it's you? I don't think so. Not really my spirituals. It could happen to somebody around you. you do have the Tower down here too that denotes sickness and a jointing death, but you don't have any clouds in any of these cards, so that's good. I don't clarify these cards. There's no need. The story's here, okay? There also could be a very successful business going on. But with these two being very close, there is people that, you know, are jealous of you or haters or revengeful energy. I don't know what it's about. Something happened a long time ago. You know, I don't know. But it's gonna reoccur, and somebody is not gonna be happy here. But what I like, how it surrounds these cards, there's like 65-70%. This is all a very good reading for you, like maybe like 20 or 30% out there in regards to populations, which is hundreds of thousands, right? It's going to be bad news. It's March. Do it again. Fuck around and find out. You got your own plants. Again, some of you might move. Some of you will get a better job. You know, this is loss of speculation. But here you have the 39, which the heart signifies joy when near. This is kind of distant. So this is kind of like what you need to bring towards you. And it's on the side, so it's going to be easier to bring this energy towards you so you can work on the immediate energy that's here. Could all of a sudden, you know, jury, could be a court thing here, goes in someone's favor. The other person, bad news, it doesn't go in your favor. I don't really want to say karmic, but it, you know, there is a karmic situation here as well. It's okay for the people who work with these cards to put in and add whatever they'd like when it comes to a story. So if you have a deck like this, you also can add certain stuff. It tells a better story, right? But right now, for a good week or so, I'm gonna read these as an explanation to you guys, for those who want to know, because it's tricky. In different decks, you know, it's more just, it's symbols, it's not messages. And then you work with numerology. So all the decks are different. I'll let you, my other two are over there. I don't want to interrupt this read. So maybe later I'll come back on. So again, good almond. This is pretty distant from this, but it's still close enough with bad news. So something you're not going to be happy about, but it is something you can change because the outer influences are more positive. So it trumps negative energy when you're working with this. So no clouds. But if distant, a death of a friend. The broken glass foretells ill luck for long years if near. It's not really near, it's kind of medium. But here it's distant, death of a friend. So a friend could pass away. It's the Tower. It could be a family member. Hey, get out of there, please. It could be a family member that came out in the reading. It could be anything. Typically, tarot would be the 10 of cups, right? There we go, like another family card. And it does say bouquet of flowers indicate a long, happy life. If children are nearby, extraordinary honors of fame. So you can add your little twist here, and this is why I'm kind of doing a training video for you guys, but it's still your read for the month of March. Obviously, they're going to come out differently each time, because I'll probably be doing a few for March, right? These decks. I can break it out like a week or two, but it's kind of unrealistic with these decks. So you're going to see a lot of March predictions for March 2025 through cards. I haven't quite connected this yet to Prophecies of the Modern Day Citrus, accompanied by AI, but I think these cards, I might take it to them, because I can read this here and I'm in it, but I'm not zoned in it like if I'm by myself doing this. So something is off a little bit here, but you can definitely fix that. But again, the fox, close proximity, distrust of acquaintances who are seeking to betray you. You don't have, these aren't really close. Okay, so, but considering there's probably a spell here as well, we're also going to incorporate that as well to the candle. So you can choose to do the candle spells or the water spells. You don't have to, especially if you think it's going to freak you out. But our words, our alphabet is spells, right? Everything that comes out of our mouth is a spell. So there's no reason to like freak out, okay? Don't freak out. Don't freak out. But you do have something major over here, but it doesn't feel like it's with you. I kind of feel you more over here. I can kind of see you everywhere. And I know in one of my tarot readings, there was like a death of a family or a friend. It was. So, you know, it is kind of reiterating. I'm saying that wrong. The same message from tarot. Okay. But please, 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 please get this in your head. This is not tarot. This is fortune telling. I'm a prophet. That's why I'm good at this. Why I've been ignoring it, who knows? So that's why I feel like Spirit wants me to put these on the other channel to get back to the other channel and look at national stuff. I don't mind doing these on Mystical Moment either. But I am going to start working with these decks because it's just, I'm hearing jaded. So I heard something over here too. So somebody's jaded over here. Like, again, I don't think this is us. I think it's just something else. Could the death be related to us? Yes. Okay. No one wants a friend to pass away. Maybe there's somebody who once was a friend, but there's still a lot of love, you know? But it is distant. Okay. But this says if it is distant, death of a friend. But it's almost like you can't trust this person anyway. And there's a tower there with an anointing death. Okay, so the person that I think passes in this reading, which is hundreds of thousands, right? 30% of the population, you know, can pretty much be taken out or have spells cast upon them. So this is pretty much, again, bad news bear for this energy over here because of, you know, consequences of actions. So that will be coming in March, and it will disrupt somebody's life. Some of you might have a friend that passes away, but I don't know if it's just like an acquaintance too, because this is an acquaintance, right? Someone who actually wants to betray you. But if less distant, less danger. But you're going straight up here, right? So, and you have the tower there. So something there is, some of you, it's just danger. So stranger danger, be careful, dark places, light places, just heads up. And I keep getting pulled over here to this particular energy. Peanut butter is really making a lot of noise this morning. For those who do not know Peanut Butter, he's a little mascot. He's a rescued starling. He's adorable. So I know certain things like this is going to draw certain people in, and others would be like, no way. You know, I think it's cool. I've never seen a fortune telling read or video because I don't learn that way. I take it in, I do it spirit's way. I do have to do the board correctly, obviously, but that's okay. We already know that there's some type of losses of speculation here. But this card trumps that card. This card trumps that card. This card trumps that card. And you do have a 39. It's distant. It can certainly come in. So financial success, good health, like when near. So it's kind of far. So this is also telling me in the month of May, there might be anxiety, there might be depression, there might be a lot going on, there might be a lot of chaos, but you will get to this eventually. It's still in your reading and it's easier to grab because it's on the outside. So you have to work with your mindset here at the same time. Peanut Butter, why are you being the center of attention right now? Mama is the center of attention. Okay, Mama, these cards. You want to say hi? You want to say hi to everybody and not jump on my cards? Okay, huh? No, you don't want to? You just want to sit right here where it's not convenient? Well, it's kind of convenient because I don't have to switch the cards, huh? So ultimately, you do kind of luck out in this situation. This is our mascot, Peanut Butter. So again, jail time. Yeah, there's something over here. It must have to do with court, law, traditional. There's strong cards that usually come out in regards to that, but I don't know. It could even be fucking with somebody's work. So I keep adding a little bit of tarot because this is an 8. That's an 8. You might see 888. It might be a message for you. I would rather work these cards by the number 9, not 10, but the 10 of hearts would be a tarot indicator. But these are different. Here, bouquet of flowers, absolute indication of a long and happy life. If you have children in here, extraordinary honor and fame, right? So you don't really have children here, but it talks about having a really good life, you know? So, and over here, you do have the pig, which I think is great. Isn't it the year of the pig, or is it the year of the snake? The pig, whether far or near, is a good omen. Luck, abundance, high honors, and ambition attained. Okay, so that's good. It's all around you. So somebody wants to kind of like jealous. They want to stop what you're doing. They want to do what you're doing. You know, like this is witchcraft. These reads are witchcraft. Okay, and some people can't handle that. And it's too bad, too sad. I mean, that's just my view on the situation, right? And you don't fuck with these cards if you don't have kind of like witchy tendencies. If somebody asked me if I was a witch, it's more of a pagan thing, I would say yeah. But people look at witches different and they look at pagans different, even though they know pagans are into witchery. So yes, it would be a pagan side to this, but this for me is more hoodoo, which is an African culture. Okay. Not voodoo, hoodoo. Big difference. Hoodoo is magical. Okay. Voodoo is not. Voodoo is negative. So, what's the difference between hoodoo and voodoo? Okay. Voodoo, which is also West Africa, but that's not what I want. What's the difference between hoodoo and voodoo? Voodoo, this is New Orleans though. Voodoo is more publicly recognized through hoodoo remains a widespread and often private tradition. So the belief of the hoodoo is a spiritual tradition that combines African beliefs with indigenous and European influences and emphasizes on ancestors, justice, and healing and vindication. So there's also the difference here. You guys can screenshot that. Let me see if I can get it to come into the frame. You know what? I'll just make it the screenshot on this channel. Okay. You studied this for 20 years? Oh, that's awesome. You can probably give me guidance. Go figure, Meg. The one person I debate with has extraordinary powers with this. Go figure. Meg. Freaking Meg. It's always Meg. Fuck, man. Fuck Meg. What the fuck? I love you, though. So, it just depends. So traditionally, for me, this is me practicing hoodoo. Okay. I do feel like you have enemies. I do feel like voodoo, some type of cast, and it looks more like your money off of that. Money, family, love. Somebody really wants to take a lot from you or be like you. Okay. It's like starting fresh, but their starting fresh doesn't really get them anywhere because in the background, you have evil and you have revenge and you have gluttony, I'm hearing, so, it's just I can have so many enemies out there, and I probably do because I am working with the collective. So not only do I have negativity in this realm, I also have negativity in other realms that come and go within this 4D. Okay. So this is why it's important for me the first few times to break this down for you, because it is no joke. It is serious. It does predict things. You can't change you can try to change the outcome. So here looks really good, as if like you can change an outcome. You can't change this one. You just can't. And this is the first time I've done a read where I can separate it. Typically, you don't separate the energy. It's usually all in one. But considering it's a collective read, I guess it makes sense that it's pulling me to certain energies and vice versa. So when I do them personally, when I was starting to learn, and a few months ago, but last few days, they were just like, do it. And then sure as shit, I watched that show, Psychic Tia, and I'm like, what this? It's like a New Island thing, Rhode Island, New Jersey thing, with the New York medium, New Jersey medium, whatever. Okay. So anyhow, I think the first reading I saw her using this deck, she usually uses other decks, but she actually does use the number decks. She considers herself like a psychic witch. You can consider me kind of the same thing. I just don't practice witchery like that. Well, I do now. So I've kind of always, Kaden was talking about it too, I always knew I had those tendencies, but you know what? I never attempted to do spells. I swear, like strike my kids dead. Like that's not what I want to do. Sigil work, that's positive. Yes. Putting it out there like that. Absolutely. But I don't send people negative vibes. It's just, they can be an awful fucking human being and it could be frustrating, but I don't send negative vibes towards anybody unless I'm bitching you out and then I'm just done, but those negative vibes are only going to last for so long. That person can snap out of it, change their mindset real fucking quick and just say, fuck it, chuck it in the bucket, So because with the Joker being here, it actually feels like a Joker. And it's like clinging to this. And you have success coming. You have possibly even fame. You have possibly a move. Okay. You also have fierce enemies. But if it's far away from 7, 16, 12, or 22, a chance to revert an evil spell. And I felt it right over here. But this is a good card, right? But I can just feel it demoting. And the 7 is right here. It's close. So I think you can avert it, but I think it's like already done. Somebody already did something to you, so that's why we're gonna use water and a candle. Okay. So you can grab any candle, preferably white. If this was white or black, always your choice, right? If this was, I can link it to money. I can link it to a few different things, danger. I would prescribe a certain color candle. And yes, at the end of Tia, I love it. She used fucking candles. That's like she called it the medicine. And it makes sense because this is medicine work. But I had already thought of that. So it's like extra confirmation for me, guys, that this is the right move that I'm making. So 30% of the world is about to, get caught up in traditional situations, death, inheritance, sudden crashes. You don't have any clouds, but this is a negative card. The tower surrounded by clouds denotes sickness and if a jointing death. So it's kind of melon void here, but it's still a tower and it's in your read, but this can be converted in the sense of, evaded and converted. So this is a positive read in the sense with the surrounding cards. So like you can evade this. Other people, it's too close. And technically that's the 7 with the 10, but there's another 7 right there, which I'm not trying to do that. But in other decks, I have to because it's only image and no words. But I've been working with this one behind the scenes. I don't know, maybe like a week. But I sit at the desk and I do it. I usually do it at night. And so this came easy to me because my thoughts were already there on the same thing. But for you guys in these readings, I'm going to burn a particular candle. Okay. Because that's important as well. I have a little. Do I have a spell book? I think I do. I'm getting pulled to a spell book. So this must be linked to like a spell book. Or you would do good with spell books. I might have to go on Amazon right after this reading. Symbols, signs, sigils, symbols, green witchcraft, magical witchcraft. That's sigil work though. Symbols, occult, Egyptian, energy. What's this one? Protection spells. And look at, I forgot I have witchcraft for beginners. See, it's like it's like spirit bringing me back to these books, which was what? I bought these 1.5 years ago. Look how long it took me to actually pursue it. Took a while, right, troops? So like I said, you never know when something is going to come in, and it's like I have so many other things to do, and all of a sudden they're throwing this at me, and I'm just like they were really throwing it at me. And then I just knew it was extra confirmation the way Tia was doing, you know, her reads with clients. It's kind of like a Long Island medium. It's different, but I do like Tia. She's got a little bit of an attitude, but she got a side to her, but I like it. I like her. So this is learn what witches, warlocks, and spiritual healers do to shed and defend against negative energy, entities, and psychic attacks. I want to spell with water. So let's see. Oh, I actually put that one down. Protective spells. But I want you to work with water. And it's not going to be my way, so I have to look that up here. Because here it's more of like, we have a spell here, the Eye of the Evil spell. That could probably work with that, but I also know Destiny is working with that. Karma is working with that. So that could even be like, you can get by with a candle there. Evil eye, loved ones. I'm not interested in those right now for this reading. I'm just not. I don't think I've ever opened this book. And there is a lot of red here, so there's a lot of fire, you know, working with Mars, if we're going to go there. Banishing, manifesting, protecting, leave me alone. I mean, does this have a table of contents? I mean, what the fuck? There's gotta be. What the fuck? Tapping into your power, modern witchcraft, toolkits, rune symbols, spellcasting, rituals, banishing. Let's go to 106. Spellcasting, rituals. Okay, it's not like that. It's spring. It's, yeah, okay. There was a personal one there. So with this one, I think I'm just, you know, what Spirit wants to do here. You can choose black or white. Sometimes color is fun, but this particular one, I went with white. I would have preferred black, and I do have black little ones, but I didn't want to burn little ones. Hey, here you go interrupting me again. Black or white candles. This would be more, I think, appropriate if you did a protection spell and a clearing spell at the same time. If you guys have your own rituals when it comes to protection and the other one I just said, I'm zoning in. Sorry, give me a minute. Protection spells. I am seeing, I'm seeing a symbol, but I don't know what symbol it is. It's in a temple. So, protection. You could draw your own sigil when it comes to money. You could also draw your own sigil when it comes to negativity. I think that would be better than candles and water, to be honest with you. So, sigils, okay? Anybody can do it. You don't need a notebook. I will break it down for you real fast. And you just have to save the video. Which one is it? Sigil magic. I have a whole bunch of stuff on sigils because I'm going to make a deck. So I'm going to do a practice page for you guys. It's a workbook. Okay. Sigil work. So you can seriously draw your own circle here. Okay. And this is how it goes with the alphabet. So don't put this in the circle. Draw another circle and then draw this. Okay, so you're gonna have to screenshot or just come back to the introduction of sigil work. Okay, so so you're gonna do your own sigil magic here. Okay, so let me grab a fine tip. I don't have one, but I do have a fine tip here. Which one is it? Probably that one. Okay, it's a fine tip, right? Okay, not really, but I'll use it. So you're going to write your intent. You could write self-protection, self-motivation. I honestly feel like Spirit's going to take care of that 30%, but you can, on a piece of paper, write your intent, do it exactly like this, and then you're going to remove the vowels and repeating letters, and then you're going to draw your sigil. Okay, so this is your spell for this reading. You can write however much you want as long as it just fits on this one line. Okay. For this particular reading, I am going to write I'm going to start with 1. Good fortune. I'm just going to leave it at good fortune. Okay. So now we're moving the vowels and repeating letters. So we have G, we have D, we have an F, we have an R, we have a T, we have an N. So if any of those words had a double letter, let's say there was 2 G's, you would just abort one. Okay, so right now we have G, D, F, R, T, N. Good fortune. This is your intent for this reading. This is your intent. This is your spell. This is your own sigil. Look at it. Work with it. Put it near a candle. Put it, near your bed. Learn the sigil. A lot of people. I've thought about putting sigils for tattoos in regards to the kids and have the kids design each one. So technically now I got to find the G, which is right here, right? And the G goes to D. So technically I'd be going G to D. Okay. Now from D, I'm looking for an F. So the D comes back this way because it's right before the F, right? So now I look, that was the D. I did the G, I did the D. I did the G to the D, and then the D to the F. And now I'm looking for R, which is kind of right up here. You can do any designs, anything you want, as long as they're like lines. They don't all have to connect either. So now I just did the R. Now I go to the T, which is up there. And then I go to the N, which is right there. So this is my sigil for good fortune. UPS must be here. So you can make it even smaller as long as you have like a fine point something, and you can curve your lines. You can do that stuff. Okay. So hold on. Love ya. What? What? No signature. I'll text it to you. Thank you. Okay. Whoa. Yeah. Chill. My energy must be fucking high right now because peanut butter was like, what? Okay. Look at that. A deck of spells. Hoodoo. Root workers. I ordered 2 books in regards to hoodoo. So talk about perfect timing. But for right now, you're going to do, for right now, you're going to do your own sigil. Okay. So again, I could go over here. Peanut butter is so disruptive today. I can go over here, do the same exact thing, right? This time. So I am going to go, here's the G to the D to the F to the R to the T to the N. See how different it looks? It's kind of similar. So you can write anything you want. Today's message for you guys, the spell I want you to do is just good fortune. Okay? And you can cut out your sigil, or you can put it in a notebook. I have some pretty old, cool leather books, but you can put it in anything. But all of them. I'm starting tattoos in the other one, my big one that I absolutely love. But I love this one. I think this one's pretty cool. I think so. I'm going to start doing my own sigil work in one of these. You know, put them on the cards and then one of these. These books are expensive, but sometimes I just, I come across them and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. Especially this one. I have written in this one. I'm just giving you examples, guys. You can do it, whatever, but it's like the heavier paper. I just wrote my name in it, Courtney. I also wanted to use it as a journal. Okay, excited about a journal. So this is 2018. Blah energy, sorrow, more questionable, tired, rainy, cloudy. Somebody I was dating, question mark. Not dating, but that was the twin. Borderline. Something. And definitely unbalanced. Excited about my journal. Mark came back. Mark came back from something Mia. Earthquake, East Asia. That was years ago when they got that huge earthquake shortly after. So this won't be my sigil. I guess I already made the decision. And that is my hi. Yeah, 5. Do you have them already? Caden? Oh, okay. I gotta call the school. Okay, I'll text you that. Love you, bye. So all I'm saying is that, I paid big bucks for these, but this one has all sorts of lines. So that would be more of a journal. This would be more of sigil. You can get blank cards on Amazon, I think, for $3. Or you can put it on whatever you want, guys. This is the one where I started the tattoos and never finished. Oh, no. Look at this one's my sigil. So look what I did. Like, how ideal is that? I took cardboard and I did this. I already made it convenient for me. See, I knew I was pulled to these books for a reason. That was one of my sigils. I don't remember what it was. Again, I don't remember what it was, so I'm going to have to put it next to it, okay? So, money. Oh, this was the parallel universe one where you can do it like that with money. How to activate. but it's activate the money you already have. What happened here? Oh, it's just a little extra tab for us, I guess. So yeah, I guess I am going to leave this one out. I had no idea. I had already started. That was an idea for like a tattoo. But with a lot more with it. That's just the beginning. And that's when I was laughing because I was like, I feel like it's going to be like an occult type thing. I did have, I don't know where it is. It's definitely in one of these books. But I kept that as a journal. So I don't think the sigil stuff is the, I could have sworn the tattoo one was in here. All right, so that's as far as I got. But it's based around, okay. So that's not a sigil. That's a start of a tattoo, which will be smaller. But again, literally, it's just the start of what I want. And there's 3 different energies there when it comes to, I know Taurus is in there, but it's more like the head, the bull head, that Egyptian goddesses would wear. So there's a lot of stuff mixed up in there. So I'm going to actually leave this out. I thought it was strange that I got pulled to these books because you can do it on any piece of paper, guys, right? So I got to leave that one out. So this is just extra confirmation for me as well. And again, I just took a hard piece of cardboard and where'd it go? Oh, it's right here. I just made a hard piece of cardboard and did my sigil. Okay. Look how convenient that is. Okay. So you can do, I'm choosing for you guys sigil magic. Well, Spirit's choosing sigil magic for you. You can protect yourself in so many different ways, but this would be your symbol. You would cut it out and look at it and smile and put your intent in there. Thank you for good fortune. Not like an affirmation. It's just good fortune. And your meaning of fortune, like outcomes on the board, things like that. Like, so there's a protective spell in there as well. So it really opens your mind when you do sigil magic. And again, I said to you guys, every single letter is a spell. So this is why I got pulled the sigil magic at the end of your read as well. You don't need a candle. You don't need water. You just spirit or whoever I'm channeling, working with. Oh, that was weird. I just saw some women behind a wooden fence. I don't know if this old like Salem witches. That was a vision I've never had before. One of them is like a man. I don't know if it's like a raptor. I don't know what. That's interesting. I got to look into that. So I hope you enjoyed the read, and you can literally use good fortune if you'd like, and cut out the one you like the best. Like if I was to cut out one of these, I'd choose the pink. You could also go with color, a certain color too, with markers, because colors can brighten your day. And the nice thing about sigil work is you can add things in, but not touching the sigil. So you could do a little stamp, you can do, a drawing. So you could do, you know, the sun, the moon, the stars, as long as it's not like touching the sigil, you know. Or you can do your own little sigil with, you know, mode it be after you're done. Mode it be. So you have M D T B. M D T B. So with this, you would start up here with the M, right? And then you'd want to go all the way to the D, and the D, it would go that way because you don't want it to touch. And then from the D, you're going to go to the T, which is right there. So it's kind of, I could even go like that, you know, and then all the way to the B. I could even go through it if I want, you know, and there's my intention. There's my sigil for mode B. So there's different ways of, you know, opening your mind and doing what you want. Guys, I can't stress enough, letters are spells. Letters were created for spells. I wish people really understood that. I'm going to find some videos for you guys, short little videos, and just make a quick little video for you guys. But I am going to start working with hoodoo magic. Okay. So I've always had it, though. This is sigil magic. We all have gifts. But I do love that during this reading, the Spirit actually gave me extra confirmation when it comes to things. Just follow your mind, body, and soul, you know, like, so this is good, you know, and say it was an awful read. You could also send prayers to the people, you know, but you can't fix it. You can't fix other people's karma, right? You can't. So if you guys want to ask another question, I just need my joker back. What did I do with him? I thought I did it. I thought I put him right there. Oh, it's right there. Okay. You know, it reminds me like that first guy. He always called me a bruja. Never to my face, but I could feel it, and he was scared of it. So it is. What's to be scared of? Seriously, it's. I mean, everything that comes out of everybody's mouth is a spell. Everything. Why not create medicine with intent in it? It's so much better than pharmaceuticals and bottled medicine and their intent, right? It's called magic, medicine, hoodoo, green witch. There's different witches. There's warlocks. Okay. So ask your question. You can pause it if you need to. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. That's a yes. That's a yes. So odds are no's, evens are yes. 28 is an even number. I'm not breaking it down with numerology. Okay. So hi. Okay, I'm gonna call the office right now. Love you, bye. So there's that. Make your own sigil, and I'll be back. I love you guys so much. Bye.